So then the next thing I think is filling our extra deck a little bit, kind of decide which of the boss monsters we're going to be using. So Junk Warrior, I think, becomes a lot more playable here, though we could play Junk Synchron. This isn't... Well, it's pretty bad for our deck, isn't it? Because we don't have a low-level tuner. I mean, you could probably play Junk, like the Yusei deck. Junk Armor, that's a new one. Warrior, Stardust, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. But especially with even more new support coming down the pipeline, all of these guys, you could probably build a competent Junk Synchron sort of pile with the assault mode stuff. But that's not really what I'm trying to do today, but it is possible. I think Stardust is an easy inclusion. It is just an Omni Negate every turn, so we'll throw OG Stardust in there. We will throw the Halberd Cannon, because it is now easy to get access to a full board banish, which is like cracked. Archetype Magician. Do we still want this? This is the one I'm not super excited about, because it does add an extra brick that doesn't do anything for a possible board wipe, but I guess by the time we get there, it's not important. So we'll take that guy out. We don't need him. We've outgrown that. Then we've got, let's see, Crimson Blader, we already threw this guy in. He counts. And then Red Nova Dragon. We do probably want that. Cool. So there's Red Nova Dragon. So I think that's all fine. How many bricks is this? 1, 2, 3, 4? That's not too bad. So I wonder if we run the Assault Teleport. We could run one that is searchable. That's not a bad call. Because we do have to have a way to put these back in the deck. They become actual garnets, unfortunately, because Assault Mode Activate only summons from deck. So I think one Assault Teleport is pretty much mandatory. Or we could just search the Assault Mode 0 as well. I'm not excited about this card still, so I'm going to go ahead and take that out. Also, the Apprentice, there's just not really a good way to consistently put this on the field, so I guess he's out. The rest of these I think we want at some number. I'm not sure exactly what that number is, but some number. So let's go through them one by one. Psy Reflector is a starter, so he's at 3. Assault Sentinel is a starter, he's at 3. The Crimson Blader is a starter, he's at 3. Let's consolidate. It always annoys me when my cards in deck are not in a particular order. Okay, that's a little bit better. Assault Lich is not a starter, but is there anything preventing us from summoning him from hand? Add to your hand or special summon one from your deck. So Nightwing Priestess kind of archaically requires him to be in deck. So maybe we summon 2, because there's also a 2-card combo if we have Assault Beast as well, which isn't too bad, I guess. I don't know. If we open Assault Beast, we pitch I don't know. Let me try something real quick, because I'm curious if Assault Beast functions as an extender, and again, I'm not super familiar with this deck, not familiar enough. Let's say this gets ashed. Then we can pitch the Assault Beast, grab Assault Mode Activate. Yes, so this'll work as an extender for any of our other starters as well. We're kind of screwed through Veiler, even if we open it. But I guess as an extender, I'm happy to play 3. We want 3 of this guy. 2 Liches, I think, is the minimum. These 4 are our boss monsters. God, this actually becomes kind of rough, though. So, like, it might be a world in which we have to take out, like, Halberd Cannon or something. I guess teleport is a one of because it's searchable and we just search it if we need to put one of these guys back because again, there's 4 bricks we don't really want to see. 3 activates perfectly fine. 1 slash is perfectly fine. I think we play 3 counters. 1 reboot. Do we need the reboot then? I guess? Why are you down here? Get where you're supposed to be. So this could work, and you could adjust the numbers of the traps. So I don't think you need the reboot. You could probably just play the 1 counter and get away with it. You could probably get away with like 2 activates, but I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. You could modulate it, but this looks like it's roughly the deck core if I had to guess, which leaves us, well, that's the interesting thing. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 one-card starters, plus anything we do that can get us to Nightwing Priestess. So we could, in theory, go pretty well above 40 cards just to minimize the bricks. And I'm a big proponent of doing that when you need to, whereas a lot of people are like so afraid to go above 40 cards. I don't think you should be afraid of that. Just keep your starter ratio good. So therein lies the question of what auxiliary engine would we be playing to get us to 8, like just to a level 8 synchro that preferably doesn't use our normal summon, because we do have 12? Yeah, this ad stand. We have 12 normal summons already, and that's a lot, I'm not going to lie to you. That's pretty rough as it is. So I would like to keep away from more normal summons. So I think I would lean then towards Centurion, probably. So Centurion, you can just play 3 of the field spell and 3 Emblema Oaths, and those act as starters for the deck, especially if you manage to put anything else on the field first. And that works nicely because that could let us go into Red Nova Dragon like the hard way with Crimson Dragon. So I think this is what I want to explore. So these are the starters for it, and you need at least the 1 True Dea to make it work. If you're not trying to put your normal summon into this deck. But you can add more, and the Centurion engine gives you more the more that you add to it. I don't think we want to go super hard in it. I don't want it to steal the show. I want it to still be like the assault stuff that is the important bit to this deck. That said, I do think I'll throw in the 1 Wake Up. So this gives us 6 more starters that do not use our normal summon, but also 2 more that do. So that puts us at 20 total starters, which is a lot. Most of which use our normal summon, which I'm not super excited about, but then we could just run like 20 non-engine from this point. So I'm going to be honest, I've been playing Genesis a lot, not a whole lot of Advanced, so I'm not sure what the best... Crimson King earlier. I'm not sure what the best non-engine is looking like right now, but I'll just throw in some staples so that we can do test hands. Okay, Crimson Dragon is a staple in Centurion. Let's do Blazar is perfectly fine. Red Supernova is one of my favorite, just as an option. We could also throw in more options, like I might put in Black Rose just as a card that we can make going second to blow up the opponent's board, because it is a Synchro 7. We make a Synchro 7 quite easily. And then we got room for like 1 more thing. Would we be playing... Okay, Red Nova Dragon, we already have that in here. We have everybody, right? We're not missing anyone. Cool. So we have just 1 more option. I don't know if I want it to be a 12. I think I want it to be like a utility card. You know what it could be? You know what this deck can actually do? No, but I was thinking TG Hyper Librarian, but we don't I don't think we're going to synchro summon enough to really get a whole lot of value out of this card, even if it is an absolutely bonkers card. And I loved Hyper Librarian. I don't think we'd make correct use out of it. I don't know. That last slot can go empty for now. Let's throw in just some basic staples so that we can kind of see what the deck looks like. Bailers and Mulcharmies. When we play the actual games, I will go over the deck list one more time because I'll probably figure out just like a better lineup of non-engine going into that. Get some imperms in there. Yeah. Drolls, because why not? Cool. So this is a 60 card build of it. With Centurion, we have 21 card starters. We got a lot of these guys. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what it does. Deck shuffling. Starting size 5. Let's go. Okay, well that's... As we tested, this is a starter and an extender. We go Reflector effect to add a card. We already have the Assault Beast, so we don't need to worry about that. That's like the big one. So we could just, I guess, grab Dual Evolution here. Like there's no... Oh, interesting. The Assault counter. This doesn't mention Assault Mode Activate, so it's not searchable. Same with this. So I guess that's the point of the Lich, is that these two cards are really good parts of the engine that were previously unsearchable. Anyways, we'll grab Assault Zone here. Then I will pitch Beast to add the Assault Mode Activate. We can reveal Activate in hand to summon back the Beast. Modulate to 7 because we want to make Nightwing, I think. What did this card do? Mentions it from deck or grave to hand. Can't be destroyed, and you contribute something in the extra deck. Okay. So we'll go 1 + 7 equals Nightwing Priestess. Nightwing Priestess effect to set an Assault Mode, which is immediately live. And then we can use her other effect, discard a card. I guess we just discard the other Reflector. And this lets us summon from deck. Yeah, so this would let us summon the Assault Lich. And then Lich can bring back... I mean, either... Well, no. We don't really want the 5. So our 15th extra deck monster probably is going to be a 5 of some kind, just because we can access those quite easily. And that's just like good utility. So we'll just bring back Beast. And now we can go into the Centurion engine. So 4 + 4 equals Primera Primus. And that's going to trigger... Primera is more important, so we'll chain block that. And then Assault Lich will add another copy of Assault Counter. So this is maybe a little bit of a problem with combining these two engines. Yeah, we're going to go Assault Zone first. This is not a super important card to keep on our end board, whereas the Centurion field spell is quite a bit more important to keep on our end board. This adds a monster specifically. I don't think we need any of these monsters, so we're going to go Crimson Blader. And then we can pitch Crimson Blader for Assault Reboot. Ooh, that's interesting. Sure, we'll pitch it for Assault Reboot. Then we can activate this to use this Assault Mode Activate so that we clear up space. Why? Oh, we contribute any of these. Which one is the most important? I guess Stardust, because it gives us an Omni, which is going to insulate us from, like, Nibiru. So that's really cool. And that clears up some space. We're not actually going to be able to set every one of these traps, which means maybe we cut some of the traps from the deck, because the Centurion engine is quite back row intensive. That's kind of the one problem I'm seeing here. But even so, let's go place a Centurion. Well, do we want to place the spell trap? We could go Primera here, because we have Nightwing Priestess, which is an expended level 8 synchro. So I think the better line is place a Centurion monster, which allows us to place Primera, and then we can use Primera to summon out, and then that adds the field spell. So now we have both. That's just an extra body to do it that way. Just remember that while Primera is on the field this turn, you can only summon Centurions from the extra deck. So we'll go Auxila. Oh, right, this is not Genesis, so I can use the extra monster zone. Go Auxila. Auxila adds Wake Up, which maybe isn't mandatory here, but it makes Primera better, like a functional starter, which is kind of cool, and it can be used for extension. We have a lot of cards in hand. Holy crap, we've gone plus like crazy. We can change that by discarding something. We can, I guess, pitch the Centurion. We don't really need this card. To place Trudea on field, just punch my desk real quick. Use Trudea to jump forward, and then use Trudea to jump backwards to place Autry. And we actually, at this point, we have both an Emblema and a Centurion card in grave, so when we summon the Autry, we get to draw a card, which is pretty tight. You don't always get to do that when using Centurion as an engine. Again, we're just plussing a million, it's crazy. Wow, this isn't once per turn either. I don't know if we use it this turn. But Autry can be treated as a non-tuner, so we can go Autry plus Primera Primus into Crimson Dragon. And then Crimson Dragon can... Ooh, in theory, you have to target a Synchro, right? Level higher Synchro monster. Okay. There's probably some synergy there that we could do, but for here, we're just going to target Auxila, swap out for Cosmic Blazar, which is a second Omni Negate every single turn. And then we've got Trudea. Auxila will... What did I say? Auxila? Whatever. Auxila will place Autry, which will allow us to draw another card on the opponent's turn, and then make another Crimson Dragon, which can then make another Cosmic Blazar, or our Red Supernova, or Red Nova, or not Red Nova. Yeah, no, that would make Red Nova. We don't want to make Red Nova. Useless to do that, but we could. Which means we have to keep one of our spell trap zones empty. So what we're going to do here... Let's see. We're not really trying to use the assault mode activate that we searched if this is the build that we're doing, so we don't really need to set that. Assault counter is important. Assault counter is important. Then we have to pick between these, and I think it's... well, so Stardust being the one that we chose to go into, that's going to tribute itself, at which point we can't use Reboot on it. So I guess Slash is... No, because Slash pops our stuff. Maybe I don't want to run Slash, right? We just like cut some number of the traps. We're just running like a bunch of assault counters because it's a freaking Omni Negate and Destroy. Maybe we don't run the Slash. So we'll go Reboot, and then we can go to End Phase. And on End Phase, Auxila is going to place the Autry face up. And then on the opponent's turn, we'll still go through this. This is just a bot match, so they aren't going to do anything. That's okay. We'll go standby, main phase, they do anything, and that immediately then... Oh, right, we can negate the normal summon with Cosmic Blazar, which is funny. Sure, let's do that for no reason. And then technically we could Omni negate our Cosmic Blazar. We don't really want to do that. But we can also go Autry to jump forward, Trudea to jump forward. Trudea becomes level 8. Autry hits the board, and that's going to trigger Autry to draw a card, and then the field spell to synchro immediately back into Crimson Dragon so that we can use Crimson Dragon to, and this is probably before the opponent gets to do anything if I'm not clicking wildly, target the Auxila again to swap out for a second Cosmic Blazar is probably best, but Red Nova works. And think about that. This line that we just did is 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5 Omni Negate and Destroys. That seems real good, y'all. Let's go do a couple more hands just to get a feel for it, and then I'm going to make some tweaks and we'll call it a video. So, rematch. This one has a starter. It's the stand-up Centurion, as well as 3 pieces of interaction. I'm going to take the Assault Slash out, I think, for the moment. It's still a fine option, but it doesn't work very well with the Stardust Dragon Assault mode, so I don't know. Actually, you know what? That's fixable. if when I tribute from the extra deck, I summon a different version, like I summon the TG or something, or maybe the Red Nova, I think that's fine because then we can use the other trap to tribute that one once I use it to go get Stardust, especially if we're making other Omni Negates anyways, like crazy. I still don't think we keep the Assault Slash in. I think it's just too much. Let's see. This hand's fine. We've got Crimson Blader. That swaps out. We don't mind having an Assault counter. 3 pieces of interaction. Like, that's... yeah, I can't complain about that. This one's a starter. Couple of bricks. Yeah, I think we just have too many of these traps. But we're seeing a starter consistently every game as well as some non-engine, and that's perfectly awesome to me. This is functioning largely how I was hoping. We can just take out a couple of traps and we'll be fine. Cool. And those could just be replaced possibly with extra non-engine even. So I don't think we need the slash. I don't think we need 3 assault counters because we're going to search at least 1 every time with Lich. So we'll take out 1 of those. And then I guess we go up. I wouldn't hate having a few more starters, but I don't want them to be normal summons, which is the issue. Centurion doesn't have anything else we could use as a special summon starter. The assault mode themselves don't really do anything. So I guess this could just be non-engine for now then. Go 3 Drolls and 1 Nibiru for funsies. And then this will be roughly what we're looking at. Cosmic Blazar. What 5 can we do? So let's go for a Synchro 5. We should have 1 in here besides the Junk Warrior. So the problem with Synchro 5s is they kind of really suck outside of a couple of them that are just truly incredible in specific situations. So Garden Rose Maiden is just a bonkers card because it gets you Black Garden. We don't really want to use Black Garden here. So I'm honestly not sure. I don't know what 5 we would do. Junk Speeder is one of the best cards in the game. We can't make it without a Synchron tuner, and even then we'd have to play a bunch of other Synchrons. TCG Hyper Librarian, well, actually, because of how that first game went, with the Centurion stuff, I think we're summoning a lot more often than I gave us credit for, so I guess Librarian's not a bad call. So I'm going to take out the Blazar. Note that it is correct to play 2 Blazars and not the Red Supernova. I just like Red Supernova. I think he's neat. So we're going to play 1 of each in this build. Fix it for your own. And we're just going to throw in Hyper Librarian. That gives us an option to draw even more cards. And as you saw there, we were drawing cards hand over fist. We were pretty cracked out of our gourd. So I think this is good, actually. I think this is good. So we will go... I'm going to fix up the non-engine before doing some games. And welcome back. For you it has been but a moment, but for me it has been 1 shower, and during which I realized that Emergency Teleport is just 3 not normal summoned starters that should probably just be in the deck. So we threw the 3 E-Tellies, I trimmed some other stuff, fiddled with the non-engine a little bit, but honestly the first draft wasn't too bad. The Veilers and Imperms are really good against Dracotail. The Perulias, the Drolls, the Fuloses, those are all really good against like Yummy and Mitsurugi variants. So it's not a bad lineup anyways, and I've kept us at 19, which, remember, this is a 60 card deck, so if you're thinking about a 40, that's roughly equivalent to a 13 non-engine, which ain't too bad. And with the E-Tellies, we now have 23 starters, or equivalent to, like, I want to say 15 or 16, which is pretty solid. So, yeah, deck I think is looking pretty good now, so we're going to just take it on ladder and play a game or two and see how it goes. Okay, We won rock, paper, scissors. We're going first, which is where I want to be, because I'm not comfortable enough with the deck that I feel like going second trying to break a board. Hand is okay. If our primary combo gets interrupted, we have Emblem of Oath to do Centurion stuff, so let's go Dual Evolution to start and add a monster. This is going to add... well, it could be Assault Sentinel or Psy Reflector. Either one does the job. We'll go Psy Reflector because we don't like need to fill a critical mass in our graveyard, so we don't really care that much. We'll go Psy Reflector. And then we can use Psy Reflector's ability to add a card that mentions Assault Mode. Even if they ash this, we already have the Assault Beast, so we're doing okay. And right now, because we have Assault Beast, I'm not 100% sure what I want. Does this add a monster? No. So we're going to add Crimson Blader, because that'll allow us to grab whatever we want in the event that we do get interrupted in some way. So we're going to pitch the Assault Beast so that we can go grab Assault Mode Activate, and then we can use Psy Reflector's effect. They have something. It keeps, like, fiddling, but I don't know what it would be at this point. You know, we haven't tried to summon from extra deck yet, so maybe they're waiting for that to throw, like, a Fuelos. But they should have done that already. Because now that they haven't, we can go ahead and go into Nightwing Priestess. And apologies if I'm not great at commentating this. I don't tend to do live. I tend to, you know, do pre-recorded and then just commentate over it. Do my best. Okay. Well, that's fine. We can discard a card, special summon a monster that mentions... okay, so that gets us another 8. So we can pitch Perulia. It's not going to do anything for us at this point. And go get... it's definitely Lich. Go ahead, summon Lich. Lich effect, summon back. I guess we're going to try and activate the Stardust. So we'll go Lich for Assault Beast. That gives us another 8. Because we don't have to go into Centurion. So we'll go Stardust. So weird. I wonder if they're just lagging, maybe. We'll go Assault Lich effect to set a trap. It's going to be the Assault counter. Or add a trap, sorry. For some reason I was thinking it's set. We can activate this Assault Mode this turn. So we'll tribute the Stardust to go get better Stardust, which will now insulate the rest of our combo, so now I'm feeling pretty good. So it's kind of awkward that we can't activate another Assault Mode here, but that's okay. We'll pay for Assault Zone. I don't know that it's actually going to come up, though, is the thing. I think we were supposed to do that before, but I don't whatever. It's fine. I think we can go Oath at this point, replace the field spell. And then if we don't need to use the Crimson Blader, we can just go Assault Teleport to draw 2 instead. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do here, because we haven't had to use Crimson Blader for anything, so let's put it back in the deck and just draw 2. And then, yeah, we definitely messed this up by not using... God, what do I want to get rid of? I mean, Assault Mode Activate, as much as I hate to pitch this, it's not going to be useful here anymore. Yeah, I think I was supposed to use the field spell, leave the regular Stardust out to go Assault Mode Activate on the opponent's turn. This is all fine, though. We'll go Trudea. Maybe we should have a Ghost Ogre for the emergency teleport. Like, just in case this exact situation comes up where we have an E-Telly we don't need, we can set it as extra disruption to summon a Ghost Ogre on the opponent's turn. Like, and it doesn't really hurt. Like, even if we just open a Ghost Ogre, we just open a Ghost Ogre. Just thoughts for fiddling with the deck. This is kind of my iteration process. We've got it to where it's looking all right, but now we can get some stuff done. Ooh, interesting that we could target. Well, let's see. Okay, no, it has to be a synchro on the field. Okay, this is all fine though. We'll just go Auxila. Auxila effect to add. What do we feel like adding? Not negate that. We'll go. We normal summoned to start. Yeah, because we added it off dual evolution. So we'll just go wake up here. I don't know that we're going to use it immediately. Did I put an 11 in here? I did not put an 11 in here. Okay, so we'll go set wake up, set imperm, set assault counter, and we'll pass on what, if you're not familiar with the game, might not look like the scariest end board, but this is actually very scary. This is like hyper layered, multiple omni negates. Like I don't know, I can't complain about this. Oh, and our face up stuff can't be destroyed, so like our field spell's fine. Today is fine, Autry's fine. We can use these when we need to go get, I guess, Blazar? When do we want to do that? We could do it at first opportunity, or we could wait for a while to see if they try to break our board in some way. The heck is... Oh, they're doing the Dark Lord stuff. I have absolutely no idea what this deck is doing. So they normal summon Jayety, and they're trying to special summon. We'll go Imperm here. Imperm's a relatively low value interruption. Ooh, they tribute. Duality. Special summon from extra deck, same type and level but a different attribute. That can get them like Natis. Oh no. Wait, is Natis a fairy? I don't remember. Either way, it's probably not correct to allow this to resolve. So we're gonna go assault mode. And then on res, we're gonna summon Autry and Trudea, go into Crimson, target Auxila, do crazy stuff. Oh no, crap! I needed to use assault counter first. I forgot that doesn't work. I was hoping. Ugh, that was a big mistake on me. I needed to use the assault counter, then the Stardust, just because now I can't use the Stardust at all, or the assault counter at all. Just, you know, me learning the deck. Doing a bad job, that's fine. It's fine. Trust me and believe me. We will use stand up though to go for... Honestly, at this point, they've got 3 materials. They don't have a normal summon. I might just go red Supernova, so that if they try to do anything, they just lose their board. Because this feels like the most important play. Like, this feels like what matters to their deck to get off is the Golgata. So if we can make that useless, then we're probably in a pretty good spot. We've got Wake Up not doing anything. Link 2 for Agent. Let's see, what does this guy do when sent to grave? You can add a Dark Lord or Forbidden from deck to hand. So, let's see. Once per turn, when the... So, if they add Droplet and send a monster, we cannot respond with Supernova. And if they're smart, that's going to be what they're going to do. So we're going to go Supernova now. Banishment of the Dark Lords. I don't know what that does. Ah, crap. Triple tack. Triple tack is never good things for us. Ostinato. Oh my god. Yeah, your board is empty. By all means, Ostinato me. Wow. I was not expecting that. God, I love Melodious. This is on us, though. We probably lose now. I don't know, but They're probably going to lock themselves into Melodious. Unless they just are like using it as link material, maybe. Man, that's crazy that they sat on... Oh no, they got Ostinato off of Triple Tack, which is the scariest Triple Tack you can ever do. That's okay. So what did we mess up while they're comboing? So I needed to use Assault Counter first. On our turn, we should not have gone into the Stardust Dragon Assault mode. We should have just left base Stardust Dragon on field and then used Assault mode, tributing a card in extra deck to go into one of the main deck ones, like Halberd Cannon or something. That would have given us just like 2 more strong disruptions, at which point I don't think they have any way to get out of this. That really sucks that they banished everything that matters. Yeah, we can't place anything face up anymore. That sucks. Oh no, Centurion monster that's banished. You can actually do that. That's pretty cool. I doubt we're going to have Auxila to do that, but that's nice that you can. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is certainly lethal. Oh well. That's okay. Let's, I'm gonna throw a Ghost Ogre in and then just do one more. Okay, so one more game. We are going second. We changed the deck up just a little bit. I swapped out Nibiru for 1 copy of Ghost Ogre. We're gonna go Fulos here. I mean, they didn't have a response there. Let's go second Fulos. Yeah, so we swapped out 1 copy of Ghost Ogre so that if we have an E-Telly that we don't need for our combo, we can just use it as an extra disruption on the opponent's turn. And we also swapped out 1... Oh, okay, that's fine. We swapped out 1 copy of Assault Beast for a Called by the Grave so that we can hopefully, you know, hit the opponent's stuff. We're getting back at Nib. Unless we imperm the Arthalion, which is always correct. Just cut them off of resources. So they get Rahu, that's fine. Arthalion is still a hard once per turn, so they still just do not have resources. So, we're drawing 2 if they decide to go for another fusion. They hopefully just don't have Femena in hand. Okay, they go Cross Sheep to give us 2. They're like all in. That's kind of crazy. Rahu, yeah, sure. Summon back a material. Maybe they summon back like the Cartesia or something. Okay, they use Femena from deck, but I don't think this is correct of them, man. Cross Sheep summons back a low-level monster. What are we getting? Like Cartesia? I guess I stop that. Femena can't send from field, right? No, it has to be discarded. Set a spell trap. Did they special summon? So they normal summoned already, so they can't just go like Lucius add a Femena, so they're not going to have a Femena, so I might as well stop them from also having Cartesia? I don't know why they're going so all in. That's like crazy to me. Of course, our draws have been absolutely god-awful, but I don't know. So we've got... Did they add back the Cartesia? Okay. Alright. So I think... Interesting. We start Psyreflect... I don't know. Do we start Psyreflector? I guess I can start Centurion. So let's go Emblem Oath, place Monster. We have to be wary of this lock, but that's okay. Like, either they're gonna pop it, bounce it to hand, or what have you. Place Primera. Immediately use Primera to jump forward. They don't know what's in hand. So they don't know if this matters, which it really does not matter if this resolves. But regardless of what they do, we can just, like, get this off board anyways. The hell did you... Okay, I guess they're trying to draw into the Femena or just other interaction of any kind. They can pop off Gulamel, but they're just not doing great here. Okay, that's fine. So we'll go stand up here. No, I don't want to go stand up here. So I guess this is where we're going to go Psy Reflector. Did they set Horn or Flame? It was Horn, right? Horn doesn't really do anything against us. God, this log is not great. Flame. Okay, they actually set Flame. That makes this a little bit weirder. That's okay, we'll add Beast. So at this point, unless they have hand traps, did they draw into the Droll? I'm gonna be salty if they Droll. We'll pitch Assault Beast. Haha, Assault Beast making me salty. Even if they hit this with an Ash or something, it doesn't matter because we already had an Assault mode. We just needed the guy in the graveyard to summon back. Reveal the Assault mode we added. Summon back Assault Beast. Modulate. We go Black Rose here for sure. So modulate up to a 6. So he's a 4. Give him 2 levels. That's Black Rose material. And then we still have Centurion combo waiting. So Black Rose, effect 2, pop the board. Pop the baby. Like, this is always objectively correct when we have 7 cards in hand, and they just don't. Draco Tail is one of those decks that has a bad time if they don't have enough cards in hand to fuse with. Like, sure, they get Arthalion back. Big whoop. Let's go Assault Zone, and then we can use both of Assault Zone's effects before we swap into doing Centurion combo. The problem here is just that we've normal summoned already, and there, man, I really wish there was just a special summoned extender we could add off Assault Zone. It's just sad that there isn't. We're gonna grab Crimson Blader. Ugh. Yeah, there's some like cracks in this that show through this deck. I'll be honest with you. The lack of special summons is concerning, and I do think the Centurions help with that a lot. They help us play through a little bit of interaction. But just look at this hand, man. We got 2 bricks, an awesome counter trap, and then like 2 normal summon extenders. Like, who the hell's playing those? We'll go Assault mode. What do we add off this? We can add... Reboot doesn't do anything. Man, whatever we add isn't going to be useful until next turn. That kind of sucks. We'll go... I guess Sentinel, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Maybe Reboot's the right call. Alright, we go stand up. And I can't believe I'm saying this after what we've done so far, but if they stop this stand up, then we're screwed. We'll place Rudea. Do we have a... We did not get Emblema. Rudea jump forward. Doesn't matter if we increase the level or not. What do we have? They keep having something. Trudea place Autry. This really just doesn't do anything still. Yeah, Despite all of that, despite all the cards we drew off of Fuelos, despite having 5 cards in hand, it's just all bricks. Y'all, it's all bricks. Does this let us summon a... This lets us summon a non-Centurion. Okay, so there's a world here where on the opponent's turn we can assault mode into like Stardust Dragon and have our negates online. Okay, it's gonna have to be good enough. Oh, and they had the Femena anyways. Just sure did draw into that off of the one draw they got this turn, huh? Oh, and they had an Albaz, so they can go Granguinol. Yeah. Okay. Well, we would have gotten 2 Omni Negates active, but it's kind of clunky getting there. Even... Oh, what? They just have bodies, I guess? Okay. End turn. They can get back... Oh, they sent Albion, which is gonna let them set... Fallen in the Virtuous, and Fallen in the... Wait, is Fallen in the Virtuous main phase? Well, it doesn't matter, because the Centurions are main phase only, so... Fallen in the Virtuous does just 100% check us here. So yeah, we drew 6 cards off Fuelos's, and we just happen to still have, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 bricks. 5, 6. Got like 6 bricks, man. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. The deck is just all bricks all the way down, to the point where drawing, what, 6 cards off of Fuelos just drew us 5 bricks, and we have no extension, whereas the opponent can extend plenty. Like, obviously we interrupted them, we hit them at the right point. They played way into Fuelos. They should have lost this by all means, but we just had 5 normal summons in hand, and we only get 1. So I guess that's the assault mode experience, huh? That's kind of disappointing, because we're just dead here. They're just showing off. So, a little bit disappointing. I had hoped for better from this deck, but as I mentioned when we were just looking through the cards, we don't special summon anything ever. And even with the Centurion engine, which doesn't really need its normal summon, we just still can't extend through like 2 disruptions. That's rather disappointing. Okay, well, I guess we'll just end this one here. No, we'll go back to the deck screen so you guys can get a final look at it, and then we'll do closing thoughts there. Okay, so closing thoughts here. I pretty much said everything in that last game. We can't extend for crap. There might be an engine that is better than Centurion that would allow us to extend more, but the deck is just kind of fatally flawed from the start, and I unfortunately kind of saw that when we were building it. Like, Assault Lich should special summon itself from hand if you have an Assault Mode Activator, a card that mentions it in grave or on field or something like that. There should be a condition that makes Assault Lich summon from hand. We've got 4 boss monsters main deck that all read, "This is a useless brick that you must put back in the deck," with your 1 of Assault Teleport that you don't want to run at 3 of, because it is a brick in and of itself if you don't draw one of these guys. That's just a rough place to be. We have to play 3 Assault Mode Activates, just because we can cycle through 2 to 3 in a turn. but they don't do anything for us on their own, so you could consider that 3 more bricks. These guys I don't really consider bricks because you don't mind opening useful traps. Maybe you don't play the reboot and you just play 3 counters. But even then, that's... What are we talking about? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bricks. And they're all mandatory. You could, I suppose, just not do like Junk Warrior or Red Nova. Maybe you just play Stardust and TG Halberd. Those are the only ones that I was really trying to get to anyways. That brings you down to 8 bricks in the engine. But even then, like, we don't extend. We have no method of extending past really any disruption on our normal summon. And that sucks. So, I don't know. Maybe with resonators this would work better, because or like junk and synchrons have better extension, especially with the new support. So there's probably a better build of this deck, but honestly I'm not too high on even just the basic assault mode stuff, because again, 10 mandatory bricks for the engine. 8 mandatory bricks, and then I was playing 2 extras because I thought we could get away with it in a 60 card deck, but clearly we can't. So, I don't know. Kind of unfortunate. I'll still use my Psy Reflectors and Assault Beasts as a synchro engine, but just like... And it sucks because the new support's good. Like, Dual Evolution is good, Crimson Blader's exactly what the deck wanted, but why do these two not have reveal in hand to do something effects? Like, if Red Nova Dragon said reveal this card in hand, shuffle it into the deck, special summon one monster that mentions assault mode activate from hand, like same thing with Junk Warrior, anything like that, that makes these guys extenders, and that helps the deck out immensely because it just doesn't have extension. I don't know. A little bit disappointed in this one, but let me know in the comments if you guys can figure out a better build, if like you figure out the junk version or the resonator version and make this work, and tell me I'm stupid and all that fun stuff. But that's gonna do it for this one, guys. I hope you liked it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.